All right. Hi, Mama. If you're having some low back pain during pregnancy, you are not alone. I'm going to show you a couple exercises to help reduce your low back pain and pelvic pain in just a couple minutes. So, if you have a yoga mat, you want to grab that. We're going to keep it pretty simple today. You might want to take off your shoes, make sure you have some nice comfy yoga pants on, and go ahead and take a seat. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come into a Z-sit. So we're going to put our left foot into our right groin, like so, and our right foot is headed to the back of my room. And what I'm going to have you do is you're going to place your right hand by your right foot, like this. You're going to bring your right arm up towards the heavens. You're going to put a slight bend in this right elbow, and you're going to reach over. So you're getting this really good, nice side body stretch. Okay, and so if you're doing a lot of sitting, this muscle here tends to get really tensed and tight. And it can create a lot of like back pain, stiffness. Sometimes we can get a transverse breech baby or breech baby if these muscles are really tense and tight because baby's having a hard time turning, okay, in the belly because we don't have good side body expansion. And every time we take a good inhale, you might feel even more of a stretch. And then exhale, release, and relax, and let go. Okay, so we're gonna stay in this Z set, and we're gonna come up onto our knees in a knee bridge. So now we're gonna place our hand next to our left hip. We're gonna put our right arm parallel to the earth. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit more so that you can see me here. And what we're gonna do is you're going to come up on your knees as you bring your arm down, up, and over your ear, like this. And so we're getting a really good hip flexor stretch and side body and abdominal stretch here. And then exhale back down. So you can do a couple of those. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. So just a couple of these, and you take your time, and you can pause this video at any time. Next, we're gonna come into pigeon pose. So all we're gonna do from here is we're gonna extend this right leg back like this, and this is stretching our hip flexors are on this side, on our right side, and then we're gonna get like a groin and a hip and a glute stretch on the left leg here. So if you you have to center your chest and your body over your legs, and if you're rocked onto this side, you might get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch, but you might not get so much of this glute and piriformis and pelvic floor stretch on the left side. So you can stay here, see how that feels. You can come down a little bit onto your elbows, and you can see how that feels. And you can take a couple breaths here and just feel that stretch. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from the side while you're sitting here and breathing. So just so you can kind of see from the side here, right? So if I'm like this, I'm rocked on my hips. I really want to shift my weight right in the middle of my body so I get a good stretch. Okay, now you can shift your weight onto the left hip. Bring your hands, bring your hands back up, and then now you can bring your right leg up like that. Okay, so now we're going to switch to the other side. So let's do our Z set. So bringing our legs together like this as one can reduce some of that stress and strain on that pubic bone if you're having some pain there. Okay, so now we're here. And we're going to do that side body stretch now to the left side, stretching out the right. So our left hand comes next to our foot, right arm up, stretching over, taking some breaths here. Nice and low and slow, filling up your chest, your belly, getting that stretch all the way down to your pelvic floor. If you don't feel it, that's okay. Just keep working at it. Be gentle with yourself. Then release and relax and let go. Great. Now we're going to come up and do that bridge on this side. So left arm parallel to the earth, right hand by your right hip here. You're going to swoop up just like this. Inhale and then exhale back down. Inhale and exhale back down. So a couple more, just go at your own pace. This should feel good. If it doesn't, you can skip it and you can just stay in a Z sit and do some breathing if you would like. Great, and then we're going to come into pigeon on the right side. So again, we'll just extend that left leg back, getting centered, coming down on your elbows if you'd like, and spending a couple seconds here, maybe 30 seconds to a minute if you can, just doing some breathing. Close your eyes, feel your breath in your rib cage and your lower back, your abdomen. Great. And then shift onto that right hip, bringing the left leg back up. And now we're going to come onto our hands and knees in cat-cow position. So I'm going to turn my body like this so that you can see me here and just kind of walk out here so you can see me a little bit better. And so our wrists should be underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips, so we shouldn't be out like this, right? So make sure you have a really good tabletop. Now we're going to activate our abdominals to support our baby, and it's going to help activate our pelvic floor too. So first I want you to inhale and let that belly go. Let that baby hang. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to give our baby a little hug with our abdominals. So it's like we're hugging our baby with our abdominals, or we're bringing our belly button to our spine when we exhale. So inhale, release, and exhale, draw your belly button to your spine. So you should feel that contraction in your abs. Should feel like you're like hugging your baby. So a couple more times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Great. Now we're going to do a couple cat-cows. So we're going to shoot our tailbone in the crown of our head up towards the heavens in cow, taking a big deep inhale. And now exhale and bring your tailbone in the crown of your head, pushing the earth away. So if there's a range that doesn't feel so good to you, then just don't go into it. Stop right before it's uncomfortable. And hopefully over time, as your joints and your muscles will warm up, it'll feel better. So inhale, exhale. So just doing a couple of these and going at your own pace. Inhale, exhale. 5 is usually good. This is 4 and 5. Great. Let's take child's pose. So separating your knees a little bit more, bringing your toes together and sending your sits bones towards your heels if you can. Right here, coming down, letting that neck hang. Taking a couple breaths here. And then you can come back up. And now you're going to bring your left arm up towards the heavens. We're going to thread the needle and come into puppy pose. Thread the needle through and come down onto your shoulder and place the left ear onto the earth, like so. So I'll show you from this way. Right arm and threading through. So it looks just like this. And this is releasing and relaxing our pelvic floor. We need it to contract, but we also need it to relax. It's about balance. And bring back the left hand onto the mat, and now go to the right side, right arm, thread through. And just spend a couple minutes here. Inhaling, exhaling. And then coming back, you can reset. A couple little cat-cows usually feels really good. We're gonna extend our left leg back, now like this. And I'm gonna scoot forward so you can see my foot. And we're gonna do some ankle pumps back and forth. That feels really good. Inhaling and exhaling. See if you can do about 10 to 15 of these ankle pumps back and forth. And anytime you can pause the video, do more if you would like. And now we're going to do some rainbows with our hips. Now make sure that your trunk isn't rotating, okay? Your trunk stays stable. Maybe you're holding your belly button to your spine, you're hugging your baby, and you're bringing your foot and your toes to meet the ground. Pinky toe and then big toe. Doing some of those. Great. Now come back and we're going to extend the right leg. Do the same. Get that calf stretch. Feels really good if you've been on your feet all day. Really great if you have some swelling. Get this muscle acting as a pump to get that swelling out. Also, if you're having a lot of swelling in your legs, you can go ahead and do your rainbows and I'll talk. What you should do is if you can get your legs up and get your ankle pumping a little bit before bedtime, especially if you're waking up at night a lot. Could be all that extra fluid. Getting your ankles pumped for a couple minutes and then going to urinate and get in bed and see if that helps with the swelling and with those frequent trips to the restroom at night. Alrighty, great. All right, so next we're going to come back onto our sits bones. All right, come here. And we're going to bring our right leg out and bring our left foot into our groin. And we're going to just reach forward a little bit here towards our toes. A little stretch here is good. And then now if you want to reach over and get a side body stretch too, you can. Taking a couple breaths doing that. Release and let go, and let's go towards the other side. And reaching towards your foot here. Getting a hamstring stretch. Maybe you can do some ankle pumps too, see how that feels, some circles. Maybe you want to reach over to the side and let your heart and your chest face a wall instead of the ground. This side for me is a lot tighter. Great. All right, and then coming back into Sukhasana, easy seat. And just ending with a couple deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling here. if you're feeling kind of pinchy here in your hips, you can always sit on a pillow and do your meditation or block. So hopefully that helps with some of that achy low back pain that you're experiencing, especially if you've been sitting maybe at a desk all day. These can be very helpful. So let me know how they go. Alrighty, bye-bye.